Yeah, I mean, they did a good job. Obviously, they had a good plan for us, and they were able to get to me a little bit. And once they got the lead, obviously that defense is. We've probably talked 100 times. Playing that kind of defense, they get really soft, and they will not let you throw the ball down the field. There was times where I thought our O-line did a great job. I think they fought their tails off, and I was able to look for things downfield, and they were just playing so deep abnormally, that we had to check it down a lot. That makes it tough on the O-line. I think there was a lot of circumstances that made it tough on them, but I'm not worried about them at all. It was a rough day. It was hard.
You got a third string left guard, the right tackle making a second starter, injured kind of left tackle. How much does that play into?
Oh man, I mean, we're human, right? I think it makes it hard. But again, you know me too. I will never make excuses. We got our tails kicked, and we have to own it, and we will. Injuries are a part of the game. I think everybody's hurt, in the NFL somehow, some way around this time of the year. So, you got pads on. It's next man up, and we're gonna roll with you.
When you go into a bye, given what's happening,
Yeah.
is there any point in your mind say this is more of a rebuild than you might have thought it was?
I hope not. You know what I mean? It's my 5th year. I don't. Yeah, we don't like it. I feel like we've done that a little bit, right? Nobody likes to do that, but at the same time, I'm gonna lead the heck out of this team, all the way. There's no game I ever go into thinking that we're outmanned or can't win or things like that. You know that, But this being my 5th year, you want it now. You want everything now. I know our fans want it now. Our players, our team wants it now. Our coaches want it now. And trust me, we are trying to do it now. But we got to take this bye week, look at what we can do to play better right off of this bye week. What can we do to win that game? And that's where our mindset has to be.
What happened on that play where you came up looking like you were holding your arm?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. I got hit and then felt like someone else landed or hit me, and it just was a little bruise. I'll be all right.
You came off and you went into the tent, and after that, it looked like you were talking to John, maybe allowing you to go back in. Had you guys gotten the ball? Were you ready to go back in if you had gotten the ball back?
I think I wanted to. I think that's the right word. I wanted to go back in, and coach said absolutely not. After he saw that, he just wouldn't let me. It was more him, and I begged him for a solid 5 minutes. Just because and more so, it happened last year in New England. I think it was in Mexico. Hurt my ankle or something. It's just like we're getting beat, and it's like, man, I want to finish with my team. Like that's the worst, is to not being able to finish with your team. I think losses happen, bad things happen, but not being able to finish a game with your team, especially when you're losing, man, that'll rip your heart out. And no matter how I feel, I wanted to finish, but coach. It's his job. He wanted to protect me. That's all.
Do you understand the decision? If you're a coach, would you have told no?
Oh, 100%. I think about that all the time. Both my brothers are coaches, and things like that happen. And as a player, you always are against it. But when you're on the other side of things, you obviously agree, 100%. It makes sense, right? Especially with how a little bit of the things were going.
You surprised Derek there wasn't a flag thrown on the helmet-to-helmet on Mark?
I mean, I asked, obviously. I felt bad, so bad. I saw the guy try to get it to him quick, and then just the way it happened, the play went prolonged, and I didn't really see how the guy hit him. I can't stand here and say I saw exactly him hit him in the head or anything like that. I just saw the outcome, and I tried to defend my teammate. I ran over there and was yelling and all that, but I can't say for sure I saw it, right? But I just wanted to protect my guy, and so that's all I was trying to do. So I wish I had a better answer. Like I really saw it and had I'd tell you, but I really just didn't see it, how he hit him.
John said he told the rookies not to forget this day and this feeling.
Yeah.
What do you tell them about how to use this moving forward?
Well, that's the thing with us veterans. We understand where we're at. We understand we got a lot of young guys playing and things like that. And it's our job to encourage those guys, because it's so easy in this league to let something like this happen, how the year has gone. people beating down on you, saying this, doing that, and to just go in the tank and just say we're done. That's not what we do in Oakland. I know that. I know that's not how we do things. And I've been a part of things like this where it's hard at first, but I tell them all the time, I promise you, when we're on the other side of this, it'll be so worth it. Do not hang your head for a second. I'll text the young guys. I'll make sure that they are all right. So I've been through my fair share of things like this, and I don't know, I guess I'm calloused, but it happens. But we're going to be just fine. I know that we have the right coaches. We got the right pieces and building that culture how we want it. And we just got to get those young guys, experience, right? That's all it is.
This next 10 hours, however long it takes to get back to Oakland, long flight, 1 and 5, not where you guys want to be, going into the bye.
Yeah.
What's the right mindset for just this period ahead?
Well, I think I feel a cold on, so probably some NyQuil. That'll probably work to go get some rest on the flight, right? And then the mindset is what my mindset is every time. I promise you guys, you probably hate me for saying it. My mindset never changes. Loss, win, I don't change. People may get frustrated. People may get really up, really down. I get excited. It beats me up. It hurts my heart to lose. It hurts my heart for our fans, for the ones that traveled all this way, right? Think of it in human sense, right? A lot of people traveled all that way, and we just got beat like that. That hurts me. That is painful, but it doesn't change the way I work. It doesn't change the way I play. I listen to my coaches. He tells me, you did this good, now do this better, do that better. That's what I do, no matter what, whether we win or lose, win 12 games, or we're sitting here winning whatever. I don't change, and I know that our leaders don't either.
But do you feel things kind of going backward the last couple of weeks? Things have been not going in the right direction?
I think obviously because we're losing. When you're losing, everything feels like, oh my gosh, it piles on. It does, and emotionally, right? But when you look at, I can get into the situation of the game, all those kind of things. We got beat. They just physically beat us. And so when we look at that, you sit there and say, well, how do we fix that? I'm sure we'll have some pretty physical practices. I'm pretty sure that coach will have a plan for those kind of things, right? But in our mind, maybe on the people outside, that's backwards, lost, well, lost, that's backwards, right? But in our head, we are only looking, well, what do we need to do better? We need to be more physical practice. What do we need to do better here? Throwing it that way, throw it that way. Running it that way, run it that way. And I promise you, that's how Coach Gruden is. That's how I am. That's how our leaders on defense are. We're going to see what we need to do and just keep pushing forward. And that's the whole thing, man, is you run into that wall and it hits you. You're back, you're right there, and you got to keep going through it. You got to keep going through it till it falls down. And I've been a part of things where we've gotten to do that. And the feeling of doing that is unlike anything else.
Couple more guys. All set?
Good?
Real quick, the way your offensive line, just as shorthanded as they've been in
Yeah.
recent weeks. I know you talked about them a little bit already, but what exactly was today like with guys coming in, guys who were already there, banged up as they were, just
Yeah.
group effort that they tried to pull off for you, but obviously too much pressure ultimately.
Yeah, those guys they literally work out, get up early, put their bodies through what they go through to protect me. I promise you they didn't go out there and want to screw things up or a mistake or have a mental on purpose. I promise you that they didn't want to get physically beat up on a play and get me hit and things like that. I know that, and I love those guys. I will never complain. You can hit me 1,000 times, and I'm never going to complain about those guys because their whole job is they want to keep me upright. They are sick right now. When we're in there getting dressed, they're, I'm sorry. Don't tell me sorry. It's all right. We're good, man. I'll never be mad at my offensive line. And I think the thing is, we had a couple of young guys that saw some things. They saw a physical level of play today that the NFL is like. And as leaders and as veterans, me, Rodney, Gabe, KO when he's back, all those things, we're going to help those guys so much, and we're going to be all right. But I'm sure they don't feel good, right? But it's our job as leaders to encourage them and let them know, hey, we need you, right? Whoever has, like I said earlier, whoever has the pads on is next man up, and we're going to need whoever that is. So.
You said changing the culture. John's
Yeah.
just saying praise it.
Yes.
You guys changed the culture a couple of years ago. Not already.
Man, we did, right? And from what it used to be, I can tell you where we're at now is completely different, right? Just from the way that we would practice, from the way guys would come in late to the building, from the way guys used to, their effort level in everything was terrible, right? And then when we came in, we said, we want to change that. And obviously Khalil, Gabe, Jelly, our whole class, right? We said, no, we're going to practice. We're already doing those things. Now it's this mental side where all these young guys got to learn, hey, man, you got to learn what it takes to be excellent every day. You got to learn that if your number is called, that, hey, when you hit out there on that field, now you got to play at that guy's level who just got out the game, right? And so, yes, we definitely did. Obviously, we won a whole bunch of games and all those kind of things, and then it fell apart. But, I definitely think that where we're at today compared to my rookie year, it's night and day, I promise.